What happens when the world's luckiest thief runs out of luck? Black Cat thought she was getting ahead, exposing a fake Spider-Man, chasing stolen money, and rewriting her reputation. But instead, she walked straight into Tombstone's trap, got locked in a dungeon, survived a vampire lawsuit, yeah, seriously, and finally tracked down a stash house overflowing with dirty cash, only to have the entire NYPD surround her with guns drawn. Felicia Hardy just realized the most dangerous truth of all. She wasn't hunting the imposter. She was being used by him. Welcome to Black Cat issue number 4, where the only thing sharper than her claws is the betrayal waiting for her. But before we start the video, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, because your one subscription motivates us to create more amazing videos like this. Let's jump into it. Our comic opens with Tombstone's secret lair, somewhere deep in the outer boroughs. A dark room filled with computer monitors and shadowy figures. Black Cat stands in the center, her hands tied behind her back, surrounded by Tombstone's men. Tombstone steps forward from the darkness, leaning casually on a chair, confident, dangerous, and entirely in control. He begins speaking. Listen, I know better than anyone that your luck can change in an instant. To someone who's all over the news, you're a hard lady to track down. He continues, smug tone thick. But I'm glad we finally get to have a little chat. I've been watching your escapades on the socials, along with the rest of the world. I feel like I should ask for your autograph. Felicia, clearly annoyed but keeping her humor sharp, replies, it's pretty hard to sign t-shirts with my hands tied behind my back. How about you untie me so we can have a real conversation? Narration overlay from Felicia. But at this point, even mine seemed to have run out. She looks up at Tombstone, forced to listen. Narration which meant I had no choice but to sit around and listen to Tombstone's half-baked villain monologue. Tombstone leans close, intimidating. How about you tell me where this whole crime-fighting shtick is going first? Felicia fires back without hesitation. It's not a shtick. Not this time. This is real. I had an epiphany. Tombstone laughs slightly. That's a big word for such a small kitty. Felicia rolls her eyes. Just once, I'd love to skip the condescending cat-related banter. It's the meaning. Tombstone smirks. More big words. You chose that name, Cat. Just like you chose that costume. Tombstone's voice cuts through the darkness, sharp and condescending. And you use both very effectively. When you flash those big eyes and that deep V-neck, nobody notices that you've got your hand in their pockets. It's a good hustle. I respect it. But don't expect me to skip the banter. Felicia turns her head slightly, refusing to give him the satisfaction of reacting emotionally. We all use whatever gifts fate gives us. I charm people, you terrify them. The difference between us is, I don't judge you for it. She steps closer, determined, even with her hand still tied. Listen, shark teeth. I'm still one of the bad guys, I swear. I'm just trying to make things safer by weeding out splashy amateurs who scare off the normies. A close-up of Tombstone's face. Cold, unreadable. Felicia continues, which used to be Spider-Man's job, but that imposter wearing the spider suit is running some kind of scheme. I'm sure of it. Tombstone grins, amused by her desperation. Sure. And cozying up to Daredevil is what part of your little plan? An extracurricular? Felicia flashes embarrassment mixed with annoyance. Nah, that was just an accident. Flashback panel. Daredevil shirtless, looking smug. Felicia's narration continues. It was late at night, the city was looking romantic, and he's clearly been hitting the gym. Man standing nearby comments sarcastically. Where does the guy find the time? Day job? Superheroing and working out? Tombstone crouches down to eye level with Felicia, his silhouette towering even from a kneeling position. The room feels heavier. He mocks her ambitions. Yeah, the bright lights, the big city, blah, blah, blah. Then he cuts to the point. What's this really about, Catling? This grandstanding, publicly switching sides, courting the press. It ain't like you. Felicia looks up, confusion and frustration mixed. What do you mean? She hesitates and then lowers her guard, her expression softening. I guess it felt good. You know, to be admired for once. Close-up panel. Vulnerability she never shows. I mean, everybody admires me as something to look at, but it felt good to know that people admire me for something I did. Tombstone pauses. For a moment, he's not the monster. He's a man who recognizes honesty. Huh, interesting. No one's ever admired me as something to look at. I'll tell you that. But I think I get what you're saying. Even the baddest of bad guys needs a pat on the head every so often. He rises again, towering over her, tone shifting back to ruthlessness. But as long as you're committed to this plan of yours, you're gonna have to be my guest here in the outer boroughs for a while. Felicia's eyes widen. What? Tombstone steps forward, expression hardening, decision made. Sorry, kitty cat. I can't have you out there getting in the way of certain long-term projects. Felicia pulls back, disbelief and anger flaring. You can't keep me here. I haven't done anything wrong. Tombstone leans in, cold and unforgiving. Exactly. The problem is you're doing too many things right. His voice deepens, threatening without raising volume. We thieves and liars are always pulling in different directions. That's why we never win. We spend all our time getting in each other's way. He gestures sharply, decision final. Take this epiphany of yours. For you, it's the start of a new chapter. For me, it's just a pain in the asses. Felicia's face drops. Anger, fading to frustration. And trapped vulnerability. Sandy, the henchman, takes her by the arm. Believe me, it's a pain in my ass too. Come on, I'll take you to your accommodations. You can cry about it there. Felicia narrates. It was time to face an embarrassing reality. I was cooked. Sandy pushes her forward. Chains rattle in the darkness. And don't even think about pulling any stunts. We searched you for weapons, lockpicks, communication devices. Felicia snaps back. Okay, I get the picture. You don't have to rub it in, Sandy. The two silhouettes disappear into a heavy steel vault door. Chains clang shut, sealing her fate. Felicia narrates over the scene as Sandy leads her deeper underground through rusted pipes and industrial machinery. But I don't think I really got the picture until I saw where Sandman was taking me. Felicia looks around at the grim metal staircases and concrete walls. Are you seriously putting me in a dungeon? Sandy smirks without slowing down. Nah, but I'm gonna be picturing you in a dungeon for the rest of the night. He gestures around sarcastically, but it's like Tombstone said, you're a guest, and guests only get the best. Felicia isn't amused. Why are you working for this daytime TV monster anyway? I thought you were rethinking your life. I'm not the only one who gets epiphanies. Sandy shrugs, unapologetic. Yeah, sure, but the thing about epiphanies, BC, is they don't pay the rent. A guy's gotta eat, and things are bad out there, like I'm sure you've noticed. A heavy metal door screeches open. Creak! Sandy pushes it wide. Here you go, the presidential suite. Best room in the house. Felicia steps inside. The room is tiny, damp, with a military cot and rusted pipes. Boxes piled everywhere. A single barred window. It's miserable. Felicia forces a deadpan stare. Yeah, I can see that. The vibe is very pungent. Sandy cuts the restraints from Felicia's wrists with a casual snip. Now, if you need anything, just shout. He pauses, smirks cruelly. Actually, don't shout, because no one hears or cares. He steps toward the door, enjoying every second of his power over her. Nighty-night, alley cat. Felicia glares, voice dripping with venom. Go to hell. The metal door slams shut behind him with a violent slam. Felicia stares at the bars, sarcasm immediately returning like armor. I wonder if there's room service. She looks out through the tiny barred window. Narration. I'm only giving this view 1 star. You can't even see the Empire State Building from here. Her eye scanned the grim room, analyzing every inch for an escape route. I was hoping they forgot something. A loose window bar, an HVAC vent. Just big enough for a cat, but you'd have to be made of smoke to get out of here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the door, silhouettes talk quietly. Check the locks? Huh? Yeah. She ain't going nowhere. We're good. Felicia remains framed behind cold steel bars, expression sharpening, frustration turning into strategy. Felicia kneels at the bars, listening intently as voices echo just outside her cell. Sandy reports to Tombstone. She's onto it, boss. The Spider-Man thing. Tombstone answers calmly. She doesn't know anything. She's just guessing. Sandy worries aloud. If she knew Spider-Man was shaking us down for cash, she wouldn't have gone out chasing interstellar smugglers in Jersey. He leans in, anxious. What if she gets to his money first? Tombstone shuts him down with brutal confidence. Get the front street and she won't. Why do you think I'm keeping her here? Felicia's eyes widen. Realization hitting hard. I knew it! Close-up panel. Anger sharpening her expression. That so-called Spider-Man isn't fighting crime at all. He's skimming off the top for himself. She stands, pacing fast, thoughts racing. I can't stay locked up in here. I have to do something. 3 reflection silhouettes around her show her thinking, strategizing, spiraling. This imposter is trading on all the goodwill Peter's built up over the years and using it to line his own pockets. She stops, frustrated beyond measure. And I'm stuck in this rat hole? Her voice echoes against the concrete, fury and desperation mixing. Felicia sits alone on the freezing metal cot, shoulders heavy, staring down at her hands. The hopeless silence swallows the room. She mutters to herself, what's the use? No good deed goes unpunished. I guess I'm learning the hard way, as usual. Her voice trembles, not from fear, but frustration. Narration. All the signs were there, warning me to stay in my lane. Everybody has their place in the system. Everybody has their role to play. It never ends well for the people who try to shake things up. She clenches her fists, angry at herself, but somehow, I thought it would be different for me. Close up, Felicia's eyes burn with bitterness. You'd think someone with the power to change luck would have better luck changing her own. But what always gets me into trouble isn't luck at all. It's my own damn ego. She leans back, staring up at the ceiling, like she's speaking to the universe. So gimme the really bad luck. The luck I deserve. So bad it gets me out of here and into something worse. She pauses, suddenly aware she's talking out loud. Her final line is quiet, uneasy. I don't even know who I thought might be listening. The room falls silent again. But now, she's no longer defeated. She's preparing for something. The storm is building. Wait of that night. The city skyline glows outside. Neon lights flickering against a deep blue sky. A jet cuts across the night, leaving 2 white trails fading behind it. A worried moving on without her. Inside the grim warehouse cell, Felicia lies curled on the thin metal cot, exhausted and defeated, staring into nothing. Silence and cold concrete press in around her. Suddenly, a burst of smoke hisses through the barred window, billowing into the room like a ghost forcing its way inside. Felicia's eyes snaps open wide, pupils dilating in shock. Paw? A burst of smoke explodes into the cell. Poof! A tall, thin, elegantly dressed figure materializes, bald head shining, scroll in hand, surrounded by swirling mystic vapor. He looks furious and theatrical. Lovely. I go through all this trouble to track you down, and you can't even be bothered to greet me with the proper reverence. Felicia squints, completely unamused. Count what's his name? The man snaps back sharply. It's Baron Alexander Razumovsky. Thank you very much. He looks around at the grimy walls and rusted pipes, utterly offended by the environment. What a shabby little room. If I were you, I would complain to the manager. Felicia folds her arms. Deadpan. Watch it. This is the presidential suite. What are you doing here anyway? Don't you have peasants to kick? The Baron smiles thinly, theatrical energy rising. So glad you asked. I'm here to serve you with a lawsuit. Felicia's jaw drops. A what? He hands her the scroll with an obnoxiously official gesture. You interfered with my business venture, costing me a great deal of money. I am here to recoup my expenses through the High Court of Accretions. Felicia stares in stunned disbelief. Felicia's narration overlays the moment, stunned and processing everything at once. For a minute, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. How had a couple of nights of crime fighting gotten me into this much trouble? Her eyes widen as she tries to make sense of the madness. And what the hell was the High Court of Accretions? Then realization hits, sharp and electric. But then it hit me. This was it. This was it. My way out of the presidential suite. Felicia suddenly grabs the Baron by the collar and kisses him. Bold, strategic, and stunning. The Baron freezes, confused and offended. What was that for? Felicia smirks, eyes locked on him with calculated charm. Baron Alexander, you're my bad luck charm. She drops her voice to business. Listen, I need you to leave the way you came in and go find someone for me. The Baron pulls back, suspicious. What? Why? Felicia answers bluntly. So I can get out of here. He narrows his eyes. And why would I help you do that? Felicia steps closer, lips curling into a confident, knowing smile. You want your money back, right? Well, the only way you're getting paid is if I walk out of here a free woman. Otherwise, your High Court of Accretions will have to take it up with Tombstone. The Baron stares, silent, calculating. Felicia knows she's just turned the tides. Felicia and Baron Razumovsky walk together, she practically dragging him by the arm as she explains at rapid-fire pace. Felicia answers his confusion. Who is Tombstone? He's that pale guy with the pointy teeth you probably passed on your way in. Baron raises an eyebrow. Pale and pointy? Is he also a vampire? Felicia smirks. He'd probably like to be. Do you guys take applications? The Baron snaps back with irritation. If you're trying to wriggle out of this, you're making a mistake. I'm 400 years old. I have a long memory. Felicia stops, serious for a moment. If I swear I'll show up to answer to your charges, will you agree to help me? He hesitates, then sighs heavily. Fine. Felicia's face lights up. Yay! Baron folds his arms with dramatic annoyance. And who would you like me to bring to free you from this one-star establishment? Felicia explains quickly, urgency in her voice. She's called the Night Nurse. Dark hair, forbidding expression, runs a free clinic in Chinatown. She's the only person Tombstone would allow to come and go freely. She doesn't pick sides. It's a do-no-harm medical professional thing. The Baron leans close, skeptical. And what makes you think this nurse will stick her neck out for you? Felicia looks troubled, but determined. Felicia answers the Baron's question with total confidence. Hand on her hip, mask gleaming in the dim light. Simple. I'm her favorite patient. The Baron points a stern finger as he prepares to vanish again in a swirl of smoke. You owe me one, Miss Cat, in addition to what you already owed me. Felicia nods rapidly, anxious to move things along. Totally, completely, I hear you, please. Just move it before they hear us talking in here. The Baron dissolves into drifting fog, slipping back through the barred window like mist escaping a bottle. Felicia's narration drops in. Did I actually understand what it meant to be in debt to a vampire? A beat. Not really. Fog trails fade into the night sky. Felicia smirks, determination returning like a heartbeat. As far as I was concerned, that was a problem for tomorrow. Gloves up, eyes fierce, confidence reborn. And the fun part of living the way I do is giving yourself permission to never think about the future. Her smile sharpens. The thief, fighter, and survivor, all present at once. Felicia narrates. For right now, I had enough on my plate. Later, a guard sits dozing in a folding chair in a dim hallway, shotgun propped beside him, snarling loudly. Completely unaware of what's coming, a sharp voice interrupts. Ahem. The guard startles awake. Huh? Standing in front of him is the night nurse, calm, composed, and dangerously unimpressed. She says, "Don't get up for me, honey. Just tell me where your other little friends are hiding. I'm supposed to give you all hepatitis B boosters. Apparently, you've been naughty." The guard blinks, nervous. The only person back there is that girl. No one's allowed to see her. I got orders from the top. Night nurse cuts him off coldly. I'm the night nurse. Nobody gives me orders. She steps closer, voice dropping with threat. So you better behave yourself or I'll start with you. The guard backs up, flustered. Leave me for last, okay? I don't like needles. Felicia's narration cuts in. I know I can be selfish sometimes. I'm not a complete airhead. I felt bad about undermining the reputation of the only civilian these guys trust. Close up on the night nurse's determined face, but not bad enough to find some other way out. Night nurse whispers urgently through the metal door. Psst, are you in there? It's me. Felicia rushes to the door. Night nurse slides something through the opening. A sleek black toolkit filled with lockpicks and gadgets. I brought you some things. Slip. You'll have to be quick. There are guys everywhere. Felicia beams, dramatically grateful. Nurse, you're the best. The most beautiful, the most brilliant person I've ever met. My personal savior. Night nurse doesn't even blink. Flattery doesn't work on me. I've seen too many butt pimples in my time to take compliments seriously. Just hurry up. Felicia kneels, working the lock with precision. Almost there. The heavy door creaks open, metal scraping loudly. Felicia steps out, confident, leaning in the doorway like she owns the place. Hi, gorgeous. Night nurse jumps. Ah! Felicia smirks. Freedom looks good on her. Night nurse looks stressed, rubbing her forehead as Felicia prepares to slip away. I shouldn't have done this. I'm not supposed to get involved. Felicia shrugs, casual and unapologetic. What can I say? People tend to do me favors they wouldn't normally do for others. She leans in with a soft smile, unexpectedly sincere. Would you let me take you out to dinner sometime? As a thank you? Night nurse freezes, stunned. I what? Felicia grins. Just think about it, okay? Now make some noise like I caught you by surprise and forced you to help me, so you don't lose all your street cred. Night nurse glances down the hall, nervous. Won't they catch you? Felicia turns to leave, confidence radiating like a spotlight. Oh, come on. Have a little faith. My luck is finally starting to turn around. She disappears into the shadows. Silent, swift, gone. Night nurse hesitates, then inhales sharply. And finally, she yells dramatically, "Oh, help! Stop her! She's getting away!" Perfect cover. Felicia's narration echoes over the scene as she darts up the metal stairs, sprinting toward escape. My luck is finally starting to turn around. Night nurse's scream echoes behind her, covering the plan beautifully. Hey, get back here! Felicia leaps off the railing, disappearing into the shadows below. She adds in narration, I really believe that. Inside the control room, Sandy watches the security screens nervously as Felicia slips away across the monitors. You sure you don't want me to go after her, boss? Tombstone stands behind him, face carved in stone, expression unreadable but dangerous. He responds without hesitation. Why would I want you to do that? Close up on his chilling grin. She's heading in exactly the right direction. Dawn, somewhere in Brooklyn. The sun rises over the Manhattan Bridge, casting pink light across the skyline and quiet residential blocks below. Black Cat sprints across a rooftop, scanning the neighborhood from above. Her internal narration overlays the quiet morning. This is the right intersection. The question is, Which house? She leaps from rooftop to rooftop, searching. And what game is the spider imposter playing? What makes him think he can shake down some of the nastiest hustlers in New York and get away with it? Felicia hangs upside down from the edge of a boarded house, inspecting the window frame closely. Fresh nails. There's still wood shavings around them. Someone's been in here very recently. She flips off the wall, landing softly in the yard below. Might as well start with this one, I guess. Felicia kneels at the door, pulling a lockpick from her stolen toolkit, sliding it smoothly into the lock. Click. The lock turns. Her eyes narrow. Something is about to break wide open. The door groans open as Felicia steps inside cautiously. Creak! Black Cat calls into the darkness with a usual sarcasm. Hello? Anybody home? It's your friendly neighborhood cat lady. I'm here to ruin your day. The room is empty, dust suspended in sunlight. Felicia scans the space with suspicion. For a stash house that your enemies already know about, this place is poorly guarded. She walks across the creaking floorboards, her eyes narrowing. I should have set off at least 2 booby traps by now. She kicks open a door into the kitchen. Maybe Faker Man has already collected his toys and gone home. Suddenly, squeak! A floorboard shifts under her boot. Felicia freezes, or maybe not. As she turns, she notices something sticking out beneath a crooked table. She kneels, pushing aside debris, and reveals a massive pile of cash. Narration. 2 questions sprang to mind. Felicia breathes out sharply. Whoa! Narration continues. What exactly does the spider imposter have on Tombstone that could convince him to fork over this much cash? Stacks of hundreds wrapped tight, sitting like treasure in plain sight. The mystery is now undeniable. Everything just got much more dangerous. Felicia's eyes widen in shock, staring at the mountain of money. Her narration sharpens. If this is skimming off the top, how much cash does Tombstone have? But then, everything shifts. The narration turns cold. But of course, these were the wrong questions. Black Cat slowly turns around and freezes. A full tactical team bursts in, rifles raised, shouting orders. Police, put your hands behind your head, now. Spotlights slam into her from every angle. Guns trained directly on her chest, and Felicia realizes the brutal truth. Narration, because I had just been set up. The page slams shut with a final ominous promise. Next, at least 8 of my 9 lives. End of issue number 4. That cliffhanger is perfect. Quantum judgment! Black Cat is cornered. The police want her. Tombstone wants her dead, and the fake Spider-Man is getting away with millions. But Felicia Hardy isn't called Black Cat for nothing. She's about to gamble what's left of her luck, and she may need to burn through 8 of her 9 lives to escape what's coming next. In issue number 5, the trap snaps shut. Allies become enemies, and the truth behind the spider imposter finally explodes into the open. You don't want to miss what happens next. Stay tuned.